Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for The Way Back. This was directed by Gavin O'Connor, the director of Miracle, Warrior, and The Accountant, and it stars Ben Affleck as Jack Cunningham, who is asked to coach basketball at his high school alma mater. He originally was a very talented player and brought much prestige to that high school's basketball program. However, life has not been kind to Jack. Through a combination of a very troubled childhood and relationship with his father, and his son dying of cancer, Jack has fallen into a crippling alcohol addiction. He takes the job at the school rather reluctantly, but when he does, he slowly begins to pull himself out of the abyss. I love Gavin O'Connor. I've loved all the movies that he's made. I love Miracle. Warrior was my favorite movie of 2011, and The Accountant is criminally underrated. I hear no one talk about it, but I think absolutely everybody should. So whenever he makes a new movie, one every 4 or 5 years or so, I am instantly excited for it, and that goes double for The Way Back. And I am happy to report that The Way Back is my favorite movie of the year. So far. I know we have several months to go, but this one is number one. The reason why this movie is my favorite of the year so far? Ben Affleck. That's where it begins and where it ends. I've been a fan of his work for a very long time. Everything from Good Will Hunting, up to his directorial efforts, up to even the DCEU stuff. I know that caused him to become an alcoholic in real life, but he still remains my second favorite on-screen Batman. There was something about this performance that it touched me in the best way possible. You can tell that this guy is suffering, and he is quite literally drowning his sorrows in alcohol. There's a great scene, more like a montage, where he's mulling over the job offer at the school. And he doesn't want to do it, so he's trying to think up a way to say no to a priest, which, as a practicing Catholic, is probably the hardest thing that one can do. And he's got a beer in his hands, and he's like, "Father, I can't do this because..." He starts out with 50 beers in his fridge, and I think he goes through all of them in one night. But it's not shown he's opening up each one. No, he sees opening one, then he transfers another to the freezer, and by the end of the night, it goes from 50 to 2. It's terrifying. This man clearly has an addiction, and we, the viewers, are helpless to stop him. It's effective stuff. I also really liked all of the supporting players. I liked Ben Affleck's ex-wife. They seem to have split for amicable reasons, or even if that's not the case, they still maintain a somewhat friendship, which that was nice. And I also liked the basketball team that Jack coaches. They're not really given a ton of screen time, but this is the Ben Affleck show, so I can kind of understand. Probably my least favorite character was this one basketball coach who refused to call Jack's players as actual basketball players. He's only in one scene though, so it's not like he was a blight on the movie. But one of the things that I've been seeing in the reviews I've watched and read about this movie is the fact that since this is a basketball movie, there are a ton of the basketball movie cliches. I totally understand that, and yes, this movie has a lot of those cliches. However, when it comes to storytelling, especially in a basketball movie, the toothpaste ain't going back in that tube. What I'm trying to get at is that everything that can be done with a basketball movie has pretty much already been done. Whether you're talking about documentaries like Hoop Dreams, or based on true stories like Glory Road, or underrated ones like Coach Carter, which is another one that I think everybody should watch. Basketball movies are kind of all similar to each other. In the case of The Way Back, I think its biggest sin is that it copies some shots from the movie Hoosiers, which is an amazing basketball movie and probably the very best ever. But minus that, I was riveted with The Way Back from scene one. I guess the point I'm trying to get at is that just because a movie's predictable doesn't mean it makes it bad. I mean, look at the MCU. I know for a fact that the MCU follows a formula, and I love about 90% of their output. The Way Back is absolutely amazing. Ben Affleck gives a career best performance, and like I said, this is my favorite movie of the year so far. I know we have like 8 more months or 9 more months of movies left to go, but as of right now, The Way Back is the king. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. I do apologize if this review is a little late. Some real-life business got in the way, so I had to take care of that first before I could sit down and do this review. However, I hope the review does make up for it. If you liked this video, please be sure to leave a like. If you saw The Way Back and have your opinion on it, whether you like it, hate it, thought it was just okay, leave it in the comments below. I do read the comments, so go right ahead. Also, if you liked the video and you want to see more like it, click the subscribe button and hit the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you will be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.